This week on Fishing and Adventure, we're down in Fiordland, having the trip of a lifetime, and we're hooked up to a tuna. Epic!
This week, we are continuing our epic adventure in the South Island of New Zealand in none other than Doubtful Sound, Fiordland. We made the decision to bring our own boat down via main freight and flew into Queenstown before borrowing a couple of different vehicles and trailers to get ourselves and the boat into Deep Cove. The trip in was hard enough, but then we laid down the Mammoth Challenge, which is for us to land a 2 kg blue cod, shoot a deer, catch a 3 kg crayfish, catch a shallow water hapuku, and catch a bluefin tuna. We had a fantastic first couple of days where we loaded up on crayfish, cod and ling, and we even managed to shoot a red deer from the boat. So far though, we've only ticked off the deer and the challenge list is looking ominous. If there's one place where this challenge could be achieved, it's here in Doubtful Sound, and we still have 3 full days ahead of us to get stuck into the list. Although the sounds are well stocked with big numbers of crayfish, we had struggled to find the really big boys, but it seemed to be just a case of scoping around and looking in some of the more unlikely areas. The commercial market for crays is for the smaller to medium-sized ones, so it stands to reason there will be some monsters hiding here somewhere. Conscious of our challenge deadline, we decided to drop Mig and Ben in the drink to look for the big bug, while I fished for the blue cod and or hapuku. But as luck would have it, as soon as they dropped down next to the boat, they could see that this was the big boy zone. Alright, so the boys just jumped in for a quick prospect in this area. Weren't really expecting a lot, and managed to spot something which looks like a big buck of a cray, and it's hopefully our challenge cray. So yeah, Mig's just breathing up now. He's going to go down and get it on the breath because that's the challenge. And all going well, should be the old tick. Oh, there he comes. What's he got? Yeah, Miggy! I think that's the one, boy. That's a beast. That's a beast. Yes. You're right.
Man, that was not a bad tussle either. Oh, that's a biggie. Right off the list.
Yeah, I think it could be, bro. Mean fish. We'll give him away. He looks close.
You can just tell when you're under the water when you see a big buck. A big buck like that.
Let go, you bugger. Okay.
Yeah,
the tail open there. Look at that. Look at that.
Nice big male.
Look at the legs on him. Yes.
Maybe don't flap away. Epic.
Yeah. With Mig's big cray coming in just under 3 kilos, he was still confident that he'd seen some bigger ones down there, so he was straight back in for another crack. You got him?
Oh, it's a horse!
You get him, Mig? Is it a beast? Yes!
Out of the middle of nowhere!
Really?
Not even in a hole!
Holy crap, let me come back and see that. Oh, wow!
That was awesome, man!
And it's our challenge, bro. It's our challenge. Don't forget about that. Ticking it off. Get those legs out. Look at the size of them. That's big, eh? Yeah, they get them big down here.
Man.
That's why we've had that the challenge.
Yeah.
It's just a case of looking around. And the most unlikely looking spots as well. I mean, look at where we are. It's like you're diving in a lake. Catch bags, 1.1.
All right, chuck him in there.
Get him in there, Miggy. Easy, surely.
Sure, it's
Some
gotta
weight
be.
there.
Gotta be.
There's some weight there, boy.
1.9 makes that
3.18. 3.18.
Yeah,
That's it, man. That's the one.
nailed.
Yeah, man.
Just look at, there's so much meat in every single part of that crayfish. It's, Gonna make some good tucker.
All right, mate, let's get some photos with you with this beast, eh? Oh, boys! No, this is him, man. This is him. Look at this guy.
Yeah, boys, me!
The tuna. We're on a serious adventure and it's part 2 of our mission into Doubtful Sound Fiordland. With only the dare ticked off in part 1, we still have the huge challenge of landing the shallow water hapuku, a 2 kg blue cod, a bluefin tuna and a 3 kg crayfish on the breath. Things have started off well and Mig managed to wrestle out a beast of a crayfish which weighed over 3 kilos. Fiordland has turned on a stunner of a day for us and we're now looking to try and tick off that somewhat elusive big blue cod. Well, this is like as good a spot as any to drop some baits down. Pretty scenic. Nice waterfall there, 30 metres of water, a little bit of sign at the bottom. Plan here is to try tick off one of those challenge fish, in particular the blue cod. So a couple of different methods we'll give a go here and see if we can't get one. What are you going to rock with, Mig? Softy?
Softies work well for us up in the North Island for blue cod, so hopefully they can work down here in the deep south.
When in Rome, you know, do what the Romans do. When in the South Island, do what the Southerners do, and that's fish with this rig here, the squidly. I've not actually used one of these before, but apparently these go well for the blue cod, so they go well for snapper and everything, I would say. Just a 3-hook rig there with these little rubbery squid skirts. Freshened up with a bit of bait. I've got some that barracuda Mig caught. We've got that on there. And that's a little bit of jock stewart on the bottom there. That 2 kilo challenge one will be nice. Pretty straightforward fishing, this sort of stuff. It's just on a little overhead set here. Perfect for this kind of thing. Braid's good, 30 metres, so you feel everything down there. You just let that thing sit on the bottom and then wait for the bites.
Missed you completely, the wind is blowing straight away from your face.
Well, this is not a bad spot. I think we've got a nice little blue cod on here. Just underneath the waterfall. Oh crap, it's Cherokee.
Hey?
It's a Terra.
On the softy?
Terra on a softy.
Nice, get him in.
Lift him in, there we go.
Far out.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Another Fiordland local.
On the softy.
He's a tasty one, so I don't think we'll be putting him back.
Hell no.
So if you are wanting to target them on softies, probably a nice little soft bait like that so you can get it in his gob. Yeah. You want to Russell?
Oh, that big bluey. Well, so far the ratios aren't too bad at this spot. Cherokee for Mig. I just caught a smaller blue cod and this feels like a slightly better blue cod. And I've only caught 1 jock stewart. This might be the spot, boys. Oh yeah, it's a good fish.
Because we counted yesterday, what was it? Like 20, 21
Ben got
jock
21 jock
stewarts
stewart on the soft bait.
per
For nothing.
blue cod.
They got no
for
blue
nothing.
cod.
Yeah, just 21 jock stewarts.
Yeah.
I'm on here
Oh,
too.
what's happened here?
Nice bluey.
It's turned into a hapuku. Oh, boys! This is our blue cod. Get the net, get the net. Just behind you, Ben, just behind you.
Oh no, dactyl here.
No, this is him, man. This is him. Look at this guy. Get him in the net.
Oh, he's spinning around. Yeah! It's
That's
a
the one.
monster.
That's the one.
Woo-hoo!
That's the challenge blue cod
How's
without
that for
a
a double
doubt.
whammy? But that's a
Get him out
challenge
of here.
fish.
This is what we want to see.
That's a challenge fish.
Yes.
Epic. What
That's
a
a 2.
monster.
That's a 2 kilo plus. He's a beast.
Easy. Whoa. Oh, wow.
And of course on the squidly, the blue cod slayer, this rig, as we said. Haven't used them much ourselves, but the South Islanders love them, so they must work a treat. Let's get that hook out of there. He took the shining to a bit of barracuda. Look at that, eh? Right under the waterfall. Let's just go around here and get a little bit of that scenery for you. That's a stonker. I mean, this might be a bit more common for some of the South Island guys and girls, but for us, they live in the north. That's a beast of a bluey. And that's a challenge fish. Ticked off.
Another nice bluey.
Yeah?
Yep. Oh, he's doing the spinneroo. Here's another
Oh,
stonker.
get him in, Mick.
Here's another stonker.
That's a good bluey. There you go, well and truly over 2 kilos, 2.3. And I've just got that scale through those scales through his gill plate there, so I'll just whip that out and chuck it back in the drink. Back in the drink. Oh, far out, he's full of energy. Back through the fresh, into the salt. Yes, challenge fish.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey. Well, this morning something a bit different. It's game fishing time. It's not often you'd associate game fishing with the deep south, but there is a game fishery down here, and that's tuna, hopefully bluefin. So we're going to make our way out to the heads, about a 17 nautical mile steam, and see if we can't bowl over a couple of these southern bluefin tuna and/or albacore. Meg's just out the back there now, organising our gear, rods, and the spread. So as soon as we get out there, we're ready to chuck some lures in and be fish on.
So we run our tuna spread very similar to how we run our marlin spread, except we're going to be using a few of these smaller lures. And if it gets a little bit choppy out there, we can run those lures a little bit further away from the boat. And also we're going to be using this little squid teaser here that just splashes along the surface, and hopefully we'll bring them in. So cue the action.
This part of the country very rarely sees days that are suitable for trailer boats to get out beyond the sounds due to the west coast prevailing weather system. Fortunately for us, we're able to pick a day where the swell was right down and the wind was forecasted to stay below 10 knots for most of the day. Look at them splashing up over there, look. See these little ones? See these little ones? Whoa, whoa! Yeah, we're on! Make her up, make her up.
Oh, I can pop.
Please.
Oh, wait.
Ah, weed. Well, we hooked something. Big old chunk of weed, unfortunately. But never mind. We'll keep on persevering in the slop. Get that back out again and hopefully raise the tuna before we have to get in. One piece of equipment which is extremely essential is our outboard motor. Now, outboard motors aren't just that shiny thing that sits on the back of the boat and makes it go fast. They're actually an extremely important safety tool.
And they need to work properly. So service the outboard regularly, check the prop after a day's fishing, just make sure there's no damage on it, nothing wrapped around it, flush it out after use. And if you're using a salt-away, a salt-free product, just flush that out afterwards as well. Whip the cowling cover off, give it a bit of a spray with some anti-corrosion stuff.
Outboards have come a long way. We only use 4-strokes now. Honda do a fantastic motor, right from the 2.3 all the way up to the 250 horsepower. A good range, suitable for all of our conditions here in New Zealand, and a 7-year warranty to back it all up.
Yeah, we're on! Yeah, boys, mate!
The tuna! It's part 2 of our epic Fiordland adventure, and we're getting through our mammoth 5-species challenge. So far, we've ticked off the deer, which we shot from the boat in part 1, before nailing the 3 kg crayfish for Mig.
Oh, it's gonna make some good tucker.
And a 2 kg blue cod for me. That's a beast of a bluey. We only have a day and a half left to try and get that shallow water hapuku and bluefin, and we're now out on less than ideal conditions trying to raise that last minute tuna before we have to call it a day on the game fishing.
Yep, oh, it's gone.
Yeah. Pull it down. Yeah, we're off. Clear the gear. Hold up, I think.
Yeah, boys, mate! Feeling.
I think it's the tuna, boys. We'll go up to strike now. All right, we're in. Oh. Yes! Just found that warmer water, eh? That's what it was. We're literally about to pull the pin. Wow. We've got one last look around, try and find some warmer water. We're just outside, doubtful sound. We're hooked up. Bear, straighten up, keep that angle tight. Keep it out the back if you can. And we've got him on the Makaira. Yes.
Luxury, mate.
It is luxury. Can't get really on top of the fish because we've got to drive away from it just because of this. We've got to drive into the sea. Okay, coming up to the top shot.
We've got Ben on the helm. What he's doing once I've hooked up is just keeping the motor idling forward, moving forward, and that's just keeping the line tight. And it's working a treat. As soon as you go into idle, that allows the fish to swim around too much, in which case there's an ability to get slack in the line. With this, keeps the line nice and tight. Now, Scott's hit the top shot. It's probably only got about 100 metres to go. Not too far away now. It's not very often you can catch tuna, snow-capped mountains in the background, and you know there's just big crayfish right on those rocks, and we're fishing just a few hundred metres away from them. It's crazy.
It's good he's out the right side of the boat. It's what we want. Just idle forward now, Ben. Idle forward. He's digging in, boys. Here he comes. We're at the leader. Here we go, yep. We're in. It's a tuna. It's a tuna. Get him.
Step back, Ropey.
Yep, you got him. Yeah, come now. Pull it in, Mick, pull him in. Got it, yeah, get him in.
He's going again. Oh.
No, you got him. Oh!
No, he's off. It's fine.
It's all right. Okay, here we go, here's the shot. Pull him in now, cap him.
Need to get some more, Ropey.
You got it? Got him! Oh, get him in, boys!
Oh, man, look at that!
Boys!
What a horse! Oh,
That's what we came for.
what a barrel! We found him after a massive day down the dang, smashing through the slump.
Look at that.
Oh, just in the corner of the mouth too.
Yeah, come around, man. Obviously,
on
we're
it.
going to take this fish home because we sunk the gear.
It's not every day you have the opportunity to be able to target these fish, let alone even catch them, man. It's epic.
Oh, yes,
Just
boys.
an absolute barrel.
These things get enormous.
Yeah.
Like, by comparison, this is actually a relatively small fish. But for us, it's a southern bluefin tuna. That's what we're here to get. And we got it. Yes.
It's a massive one.
Yeah.
Massive one off the list of things we wanted to tick off while we were down here.
That's one of our challenge fish, obviously, as well. Let's not forget about that.
Woo.
Alrighty, out comes that hook. Corner of the mouth, beautifully. That's the Black Magic. It's a dedicated tuna lure. This one, it's a TT2. Nice small lure. And that's a barrel of a fish. Look at them. We've caught tuna before. We've caught albacore tuna, skipjack tuna. Never ever caught a bluefin or a yellowfin. Look at that. Bluefin tuna are regarded as one of the best eating fish in the ocean, and if you're planning on taking one, make sure you have the means to look after the meat as best as possible. Bleeding the fish and putting it on salt ice is essential, and the sooner you can process it and get it chilled, the better. Using a vacuum packer is a fantastic way of processing your catch, and we now have the ICTX stocked full of some of the absolute best kai moana on earth. Oh, yes. With 4 out of the 5 challenge species ticked off, we just needed one shallow water hapuku to avoid the consequence. It could be a shark, eh, boys, I think? It's not uncommon to find puka in less than 4 metres down here, but despite a solid effort throughout our 4-day trip, we just couldn't find one anywhere. However, we did find out that Doubtful Sound does have very healthy numbers of 7-gill sharks.
Oh,
Mate, what do you think?
the elusive puka?
Could it be?
Yeah,
7-giller.
Nice big 7-giller.
Look at this. We're in what looks like a lake. There's snow-capped mountains up there. Oh, I'm whispering. We're catching kahawai.
Crazy. It's a good sized kawa.
Oh, man, that is massive.
It's a beast, eh? How good is that?
Gordy is the kawa slayer.
All right, back in the drink, friend. Look at that. Fresh as.
Fresh as, give it a home.
Have a home, mate.
That is beautiful, eh?
It's as good as it gets. It's on the surface of the water here, catching kawa. Like we say, though, there's brackish layer, there's a fresh layer on the top and the salt underneath, so, but the kawa can live in both. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? Nothing like it.
No way.
One shallow water happy away from a nice finish to this trip, Nick.
And that was supposed to be the easy one!
No! They're everywhere! What? This sucks. My back! Okay, they like my back, How long's it been? 5, 4, 3. Okay, Mick. 2. Time to get in the water. All right. There's sandflies. There's sandflies. Oh, man. Holy crap, that's cold. Oh.